21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. Where was the car parked? 61st and what? Were the doors locked? Yeah. What kind of a car is it? What year?
You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right. You come into the station house. We'll have to take a report from you. That's right. It's between Lexington and 3rd. As soon as you can. Yeah. All right.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my night tour, 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. At 6, after I had turned out the platoon, interviewed an applicant for a tow truck license, and cleaned up considerable paperwork, I instructed Sergeant Waters on TS to have sector car number 1 come by the station house and take me on patrol of the precinct. Patrol of the precinct by the commanding officer, in addition to responding to emergency radio calls as they occur, generally involves a personal check of conditions concerning which complaints from the public have been received. In connection with the investigation of such a complaint, I instructed Patrolman Coley, the operator of sector car number 1, to drive to 88th Street and Madison Avenue. At 7:20 p.m., we were in the car proceeding uptown on Park Avenue in the 70s. The weather was cold and extremely windy.
So, when the landlord came to collect the rent, I happened to be home.
Uh-huh.
I invited him to come in the living room and sit down. He said, "You're almost 2 weeks late with the rent, Mr. Coley." I said, "I know it." I said, "I wrote you a letter and told you we wouldn't pay the rent until you send somebody to fix the refrigerator." He said I was stalling him, trying to pull my badge that I was a cop on him. He was going to write the commissioner and make a complaint against me. How do you like that, Captain?
What did you say?
Well, I told him to write anybody wanted to write. Still wasn't going to get the rent until the refrigerator was fixed. I don't know what these guys think they can get away with.
Well, some of them try, Coley.
Yes, sir.
After the light changes, take a left into 77. Go up Madison the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Captain.
Yeah.
What do you think of those 2 guys in the Cadillac there?
Yeah.
They look so good to me.
They're sure making an effort to act calm, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
When the light changes, take off behind them. We'll get a look at the registration plates.
Average 2 guys that didn't own a new Cadillac, that's them.
All right. There's the light. Let them go ahead. Okay.
Illinois car. I don't remember any Illinois Cadillac in Milan.
Let's talk to them, Coley.
Yes, sir.
Watch out. They don't try to pull away from you.
They could, too.
All right. Give them the horn. Pull over there! Pull over! Go for it. No, they're not. It's okay. Mark them off when they stop.
Yes, sir.
I'll take the driver.
Yes, sir.
You take the other side. Watch him now.
Yes, sir. What's the trouble, officer?
That's what we want to find out. Let's see the registration. And your operator's license.
Oh, I forgot to take them. They're on the dresser. We made every light, didn't we? Yeah, every light. You. Keep your hands up there where I can see them.
Is this your car?
Well, as a matter of fact, no.
Well, whose is it?
Friend of ours. Right, Ruby? Yeah, right. A friend lent us.
He lent you the car, but not the keys, huh?
Well, you see what
Keep
happened.
your hands on the steering wheel.
Right, I'll keep them there. I'll keep them. They got a jumper on the ignition, Captain.
Are those your suitcases in the back?
Not of his. Who said they were mine? I didn't.
Come on. Out this way.
Out of the car?
Come on. Both of you.
Now, keep your hands where we can see them.
You. Lean up against the car there.
Yeah?
Right there, yeah. Come on around, Coley.
Yes, sir.
All right, you. Right next to him.
I, for one, would like to know what this is all about.
So would I. Lean up there.
I'm leaning. Okay, Captain, I got him covered.
All right. You first. Hold still.
I got nothing. What are you worried about? I'm carrying nothing.
Oh. What do you call this?
A penknife, that's what it is. Ain't a guy entitled to have a penknife?
Not with an 8-inch blade.
Well, I use it to peel apples. I like apples. All right, just keep quiet.
You. Hold still.
Look, I was doing nothing. He asked me if I'd like to take a ride. I asked
Quiet.
I got 2 witnesses to prove he asked me. His cousin Scar, he said. What cousin?
All right.
I got no cousin.
What's your name?
Me?
You.
Leon Gambler.
Where do you live?
361 Charles Street.
In Manhattan?
Yeah, in Manhattan.
How old are you?
22.
Where'd you steal the car?
Belongs to his cousin.
I thought you said it belonged to your friend.
His cousin is my friend. I got no cousin.
What's your name?
Protea, Reuben Protea.
Where do you live?
289 East 109th Street. Not my cousin. I got no cousin.
Then who is the man?
What man?
Okay.
What man?
That's enough.
All right, enough.
Keep your eye on them, Coley.
Yes, sir.
I'll ring in for some help.
Well, just stay like that. Don't move.
675. 681 to Central. Okay. At 79th Street and Park Avenue, northeast corner. We require assistance in handling 2 prisoners in the stolen car. Okay? Okay, Coley. They're sending another car over.
Yes, sir. I did nothing. Nothing. Don't say my cousin. I got no cousin. Go for a ride. Get some air. That's all I was invited to do.
Well, you've got another invitation now, mister. To a party. You're giving it. Within 2 minutes, sector car number 4, Patrolman Joe Ryan, operator, and Patrolman Daniel Ziegler, recorder, arrived at the scene. A more thorough search of the prisoner's persons was conducted. No additional weapons were found. We also made a search of the 1953 Cadillac sedan. The ignition had been jumped to enable the thieves to start the car without a key. Although the favorite tool of car thieves, a beer can opener, was found on the floor of the car, there were no marks on any doors or windows indicating that the car had been broken into. In the back seat were 2 large suitcases and 2 smaller ones. The glove compartment was locked, so was the luggage compartment. Sergeant Fred Burns arrived on the scene with his car and operator. Sector car number 4 was instructed to resume patrol. Both prisoners were loaded into the space behind the front seat of sector car number 1 and were driven to the station house in the custody of Patrolman Coley and myself. Sergeant Burns followed, driving the Cadillac, which he parked in the passageway next to the station. The 2 prisoners, carrying the luggage that was in the car, were taken directly upstairs to the 21st Detective Squad by Patrolman Coley and myself.
All right, go on. Move along. We're moving. Stuff is heavy.
That way. Go ahead.
Why I gotta listen to you, I don't know. Listen to me what? Okay. Every time I listen to you, I wind up in a jam. Every time. Inside, drive up Park Avenue, he said. There's lots of Cadillacs on Park Avenue. Well, ain't that Park Avenue's lousy with Cadillacs? Over there to the desk. So why did this one have to stick out like a covered wagon? Where do I put the bag? Hold on over for a minute. You catching Novak? Yeah. Who you got there? The Brinks Bandit? Hello, Captain. Novak? No, we jumped him on 79th and Park driving a Cadillac. Not there. I wouldn't expect it to be. Well, it's a free country, ain't it? I could own a Cadillac. Yeah, you could, but if I were you, I'd buy a pair of shoes first. So where'd you steal the car? Well, look at me, look at him. I was just along for the ride. You were driving, so that makes who along for the ride? Me, that's who. Where do you want the suitcases, Cap? Hold on to them. Look, what is this, Grand Central Station? Hold on to them. All right. You don't have to take offense just because I made a remark.
Where's Lieutenant King, Novak, in his office?
Yes, sir. You, what's your name?
Me?
I'll be in there with him.
Yes, sir.
Procedural, Reuben Procedural.
All right, where do you live, bro?
289. Yes.
Captain Kennelly. Hello, Matt.
Captain, leave the door open, would you?
Yeah, sure.
Shut off the heat in here. It gets ice cold. Leave it on, burns up. That radiator knows no middle ground. Well, what do we got out there?
I was on patrol with Coley. We jumped a couple of thieves in the Cadillac.
Oh, good work, Captain.
Car's got Illinois plates. There were some suitcases in the back seat.
Yeah?
The car's not in the alarms or in the automobile list.
They say where they got it, Cap?
No, they didn't say anything yet, Matt.
They will. Let's have a look at them.
Sure. You know, they look like a couple of users to me, Matt.
Oh, wouldn't be surprised.
You don't need a job to have an occupation, do you? That's true. That's very true. All right, what's your occupation? Well, you know the guys that put down linoleum and tiles on the floors? Yeah. Is that what you do? No. I'm a helper. The linoleum layer, he says, hey, Leon, get this, get that. So I get it for him. That's my occupation.
Yeah.
Only I ain't working.
What do you call stealing Cadillacs?
Who's this? A new ingredient has been added.
Lieutenant King.
Hey, Ruby, a lieutenant and a captain both. That's better than last time, huh?
Yeah, we're getting up in the world.
When was last time?
When? I don't know. 3, 4 weeks ago. Before Christmas, huh, Ruby?
After Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'll kill him.
Where was it?
Down in my neighborhood in the village. All we had then was detectives. Now a lieutenant and a captain. Boy, this is living.
Yeah, living. I should join you.
Where was it? 6th Precinct?
Yeah, I think so. Is that right, Ruby?
I don't know. The police stations all look alike.
What'd you get picked up for?
Stealing out of cars. They caught us with a key that we took out of a car down there.
What happened to the case?
Oh, we're right on bail. $2,000 bail. 1,000 for him, 1,000 for me.
So you're out thieving again.
Oh, well, listen, a bondsman costs us $50 apiece. We got to pay for him some way, don't we? We got to live, don't we? We got to live high. High on a hog. That's us, right, Ruby?
Right, high on a hog.
Stick around, boys. We'll show you how to come down a notch. You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way police work in the world's largest city.
Detectives of the 21st Squad, under the supervision of Lieutenant King, began to make a case of grand larceny automobile against the two suspects, Leon Gamer and Ruben Protea. As required by law, the suspects were fingerprinted by Detective Novak. The locked suitcases found on the rear seat of the automobile were moved into Lieutenant King's office. The 6th Detective Squad in Greenwich Village was telephoned for information concerning their arrest in that precinct and the charge of grand larceny already pending against them. Although it was obvious the car had been stolen, no report of the theft was in the alarm, nor had one been received by the Communications Bureau. As frequently happens, it appeared that stolen property had been recovered before the owner was even aware it was missing. While the arresting officer, Patrolman Coley, kept one suspect under guard in the squad office, the other, Leon Gamer, was questioned by Lieutenant King in his office in the presence of myself and Detective Novak.
Pretty suitcase, isn't it, Leon?
Personally, I don't like the color, but it's pretty, yeah.
And heavy.
You're telling me I had to lug it up the stairs.
It's heavy. There must be a lot of good stuff in there.
Maybe telephone books.
Suits, tie, shirt, maybe even jewelry or money.
Yeah, maybe.
Why don't you try to open it? Or any of the others?
Oh, now I ask you, would that be honest?
Look, Leon, save your comedy routine for the tombs. We're trying to get someplace here. We want to find out who that stuff belongs to.
I knew I'd tell you. You think I got to be personally acquainted with somebody before I touch their car?
My point is, you couldn't have been far from where you lifted the car before you were jumped by the officers.
No, not too far, I don't guess.
Because if it was more than a mile away, you'd have had the catches on that bag pried open to see what was inside.
Look, I don't know exactly where it was. I don't carry a map around in my head.
We pulled up together for that light on 77th and Park. How long before that was it?
Not long.
Was it below 72nd Street?
72nd Street? Yeah, it could be.
Then you drove at least 6 blocks on Park Avenue.
Oh, more. Much more.
Was it farther downtown than 72nd Street you got the car?
Look, Lieutenant, you want me to be honest with you?
I want you to make the effort.
You want the whole story, what happened?
Yes.
I got nothing to hide. I'm hooked. You'll have the patience. I'll give you the best of my recollections.
All right, give it to us.
I'll get it, Lieutenant.
Okay. Okay, Leon, the best of your recollection.
21st Squad, Detective Novak.
Let's have it.
I can't concentrate with somebody on the phone.
Captain Kennelly, Sergeant Waters on TS for you.
Okay.
So can you wait a second?
All right. We'll wait
Thanks,
a second,
Novak.
Leon.
Yes, sir.
Captain Kennelly.
Sergeant Waters on TS, Captain.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, desk officer at the 17th rang up here.
Yeah?
A motorcycle patrolman skidded on a patch of ice coming off the East River Drive at 53rd Street.
Well, if you heard bad?
They took him to Bellevue. Possible fractured leg.
All right. Bring the desk officer back and tell him I'm on my way. And have a car come by the house for me.
Yes, sir.
Cop hurt in the 17th, Matt. I've got division tonight. I'll have to go investigate it.
Pretty bad.
A broken leg, they think.
Well,
I once broke a leg jumping over a fence when I was a kid.
we don't want your life history, Leon. Just what happened tonight.
Look, if he's going to go, let him go. I can't concentrate with the interruptions.
The captain has to wait for a car to come in and get him. You don't worry about what we do. You worry about yourself. We'll give you plenty on your mind. Now, what happened?
Well, I met Ruby.
Where?
I'll tell you if you give me the chance. Met him in a bar and grill on 110th Street. We were sitting there having a couple of beers, and he said, "How much dough you got?" I said, "Why?" Well, he said his brother wanted some of the money back, the $50 he borrowed from his brother to pay the bondsman. I said, "Don't look at me. I'm living from hand to mouth, too. I didn't pay back the money I borrowed to pay the bondsman." And we got to talking about how the trial is set next month, that even if we cop a plea, we're sure to get no less than 2 years apiece out of it. We got a lawyer to pay, and we still owe for the bail. And here we are with not $5 between us.
Not even enough for a good jolt, huh?
Oh, look, don't get me wrong. I don't mess around with that stuff. Just chippy once in a while. I got no big habit.
So you got $5 between you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who mentioned it first, me or Ruby, but one of us said, let's get downtown, see if we can make some money. So we finished the beer and got on the Madison Avenue bus. We went downtown.
Where'd you get off?
You'll have to ask Ruby that. I got no idea. He said, come on. I got off. We walked around a little bit. I don't know. We saw this caddy parked there. I looked in, and there were these suitcases in the back. I looked at Ruby, and we walked by. He said, a cinch. The button isn't down on the back door. So we walked to the corner, turned around, and come back, just like we own the car. We walked up, opened the door, and got in. I was behind the driver's seat, 1, 2, 3. Ruby was on the floor and had the ignition jump. Like a flash. You know, he's quick, that kid. He's got a real talent. He said, go. I went, and that's that.
Well, I'll see you, Matt.
Okay, Captain. So long, Captain. All right. Don't go away mad.
I'll, check with you, huh, Matt?
Yes, sir.
Well, looks like you'll have to go to court in the morning, Coley.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's that for us? Can't you keep quiet for 2 seconds? Well, I try. Don't say I don't try. Had a dentist appointment, but that won't be hard to cancel.
All right, I'll leave instructions with the desk officer that you're to go on reserve after you get those 2 books in.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Captain.
It was a good collar.
Hey, what gives in there? What's he telling them?
You'll get your turn, Ruby. Well, see you later, Coley.
Yes, sir. Good boss?
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cop. Well, at least you got to know a few. There was this cop over there on my block, a regular guy. I wanted to be like him. And I got to hate him.
Yeah?
He took me in. Grabbed me by the collar, took me in. And for what? For nothing, for stealing. So I decided not to be a cop.
Well, you had a pretty good reason.
What's he telling them in there? How much could there be to say? You think I could talk? That Leon, boy, chew your arm off. I got nothing against cops. I even like you. Thanks. Oh, but that's nothing. Don't be too glad. I like everybody. Even Leon. If anybody could like Leon. He ain't very particular about his friends. What's he telling them, do you think?
All about the deal, I guess.
Well, he can leave something for me to say. I'll go in there and stand like a dope. They'll know everything I got to tell them. Oh, here they come.
All right, go over there and sit down, Leon.
Over where? Over here with him?
That's right. Come on, Ruby.
What'd you tell him, Leon?
Get going, Ruby. My life history, A to Z.
Well, what'd you tell him about me?
Come on.
Yeah, all right.
Just don't make me out a liar to them.
How could I tell him? I don't know what you said.
Inside. Sit down over here.
Yeah. Right here?
Yeah.
I want a lawyer.
You can have 1 million lawyers.
I can't afford 1 million. All I want is one.
All right, we'll call whatever lawyer you want. Tell them to be in felony court at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Felony court that's downtown?
100 Center Street, Criminal Courts Building.
All right, talk to me after I talk to my lawyer. Right now, I got nothing to say.
Well, Leon had plenty to say.
Well, that's his business. I don't care.
Sure thinks a lot of you.
I can't say vice versa.
Thinks you're the most talented boy he knows. Doesn't think anybody can snap a lock on a car, get in, and jump the ignition as fast as you.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
That's nice of him, you know.
Said he can't think of a thief he'd rather work with.
I didn't think Leon had a compliment in his body.
12 seconds is your record.
Nah.
Break open the door, jump the ignition, start the car in 12 seconds.
Nah, not 12. I could maybe 15, not 12.
That's what he said.
Well, you know, Leon ain't no slouch either, you know. Of course, I handled that caddy tonight, but I seen him turn some fast tricks, too. Between us, I guess we could get in almost any lot. Any lot.
Oh. Well, we'll give you a new challenge, Ruby.
Yeah, what's that?
Sing Sing. You try the locks up there.
By 8:45, no alarm had come through on the Cadillac sedan with Illinois license plates. Lieutenant King had been in touch with both the auto squad and the correspondence bureau of the central office. It was agreed that if the auto were not heard from within another hour, a telegram would be sent to the Illinois State Highway Patrol at Springfield with a request that the name of the owner be ascertained and a check made at the residence. Meanwhile, I was at the 17th Precinct Station House on East 51st Street. There, I entered in the blotter the results of my investigation of the injury to the motorcycle patrolman. I'd been to Bellevue Hospital and got a statement from both the officer and the doctor attending him. I'd seen the sector men and the sergeant who responded to the original call concerning the accident. In cases involving injury to a police officer in the line of duty, the manual of procedure requires a complete and immediate investigation of the facts by the commanding officer of the precinct or a captain on night duty in the division because of the possibility of sick leave with full pay and eventual disability retirement of the man. I returned to the 21st at 9:05 p.m. The car pulled up in front of the station house, and as I got out, I instructed the operator to pick up his partner and resume patrol. I crossed the sidewalk and started up the steps of the station house.
Excuse me.
Yes?
This is the police station, isn't it?
That's right, yes.
Go ahead, Alicia.
Seems nothing is safe anymore. Nothing. Thank you very much.
What's the trouble, sir? Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk to the person in charge here.
Well, I'm the captain in command of the precinct. Will I do?
I'm sorry, I didn't see your insignia in the dark. Didn't you?
Oh, what an old, smelly building, Edward. Are the police stations in Chicago this old?
How would I know? Captain, our car's been stolen.
Oh? Has it?
He just told you it had.
What kind of car?
A Cadillac sedan.
You said you were from Chicago?
Yes, that's right, Chicago. Captain, it's absurd the way criminals are allowed to run around on the streets of New York. To steal our car from practically under our nose, that's no way to treat visitors, is it?
Well, sir, I don't think thieves stop to find out if their victim is a New Yorker or a visitor. They're out to steal, not discriminate. I don't believe you told me what your name was.
Private. Edward J. Private.
I'm Captain Kennelly.
Mrs. Private.
How do you do?
Mrs. Private.
Well, if you're in charge, sir, how can we get some action? Our luggage was in the car, you know. We were leaving for Florida tonight, driving to Philadelphia tonight, starting out the first thing from there in the morning for Palm Beach.
You have no idea what this does to our vacation. No idea.
I can imagine, Mrs. Private. Would you excuse me just a second?
We're not going to get the runaround, are we?
No, sir. I've got to go over to the desk and sign the blotter. You just wait here. I'll be right back.
Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
A couple of messages for you.
All right, I'll sign the blotter.
Yes, sir. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. What was that, mister? I didn't hear you. The bartender what? Were you speaking to the phone? Oh, he wouldn't sell you anymore, huh? No, there's nothing we can do to him. We ought to pin a medal on him. Well, you better not worry about drinking any more tonight. Better go on home and go to sleep. Yeah? Well, go on home and go to sleep. I'm sure you will.
You got those messages, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. I saw those people hook you as they came in the door, Captain. You want me to bail you out with them?
No. No, thanks, Sergeant. This one I want to handle myself.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Bradford, we'll go upstairs to the detectives, all right? This way, please.
A lot of good it'll do. The car's gone for good. Gone, I know it's gone. And all my clothes with it. Fine place for decent people to come, New York.
Did you lock your car when you left it?
Why, of course we locked it.
Through here, please.
Thank you.
You know, even if it was locked, 4 suitcases on the back seat look pretty attractive to thieves. It was a sedan, you say? 4 doors. You might have locked 3. Upstairs, please.
I'm positive I locked all 4 doors. I always do.
Uh-huh. Where was the car parked?
On 61st Street near Park Avenue. After I finished some business, we checked out of the hotel. We were going to this restaurant, Les Cargot. Do you know it, Captain?
I've been in there, yes. That way, please.
The most absurd thing in the world. Just absurd. You'll never get anything back, anything.
Right here.
Oh, thank you.
Miss Parford?
No protection. There's no police protection at all.
Well, if that's a complaint, Mr. Parford, you're talking to the wrong man. I'm responsible for the police protection here. You should complain about me, not to me.
Maybe I will.
Over here, please.
Hey, Leon, here comes the Captain back again. Hi, Cap. Just sit there and be quiet.
Are those men criminals?
They're suspects, Mrs. Parford.
Oh.
Novak, is Lieutenant King in?
Yes, sir, he is.
Thank you. Captain Kennelly. Inside, please.
Yes.
This is Lieutenant King, Mr. and Mrs. Edward Twyford of Chicago, Illinois.
Oh?
How do you do?
Mrs. Twyford?
Lieutenant, Mr. and Mrs. Twyford are looking for some fast action. Their car has been stolen, and some luggage.
I see.
I don't know what we can expect, but I want
Do
to...
you have the registration for your car, Mr. Twyford?
Don't you believe that I own it?
Oh, yes, I believe it. Just like to see your registration.
Gets to be a question of who gets investigated, the victims or the thieves.
Oh.
There you are.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Do you mind looking on that table behind you?
What?
Is that your luggage?
Edward, it is.
Have you got the car, too?
Yes, we've got it.
Well, Edward, some of it's missing. There was more. In the trunk, there were 3 more bags.
What about that?
You've got the keys to the trunk in your pocket. We haven't touched it. The other bags are still in the luggage compartment.
The car's not damaged, is it?
No, not a scratch. Yeah, we've got the thieves. Those 2 boys outside. You saw them.
Yeah, well, does everything look all right, Alicia?
Yes, I think so. I think so. Well, this vanity case has a little scratch on it.
Oh, does it? Sorry.
But it might have been there.
Well, I suppose that covers everything. Not quite everything, Mr. Twyford. No? You might say thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Captain. We're really deeply obliged. You're welcome, Mr. Twyford.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. What do you mean robbed, lady? Held up? Oh, burglars. Well, when did this happen? During the night? Yeah? Yes, ma'am. The front door, huh? Well, what's the address there? Did you say 1405 or 1409? The candy store. Yeah? Well, what did they
And
say?
so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Ethel Everett, John Sylvester, Bill Lipton, Mandel Kramer, John Larkin, Wendell Holmes, and Harold Stone. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. What do you mean, robbed, lady? Held up? Oh, burglars. Well, when did this happen? Was during the night? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
All right, I'll send the officers right over there. Yeah, they'll be there right away. You just wait for them. What? Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their home is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my day tour, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. A light rain had fallen early in the morning, and the temperature had suddenly dropped, making the streets icy and treacherous. At 7:35, after I changed to my uniform, I sat in my office to begin reading and signing the reports and communications that had accumulated since I was last on duty 24 hours earlier. At 2 minutes to 8, Sergeant Burns on TS rang into my office and told me the 8 to 4 platoon was ready to turn out. Lieutenant Gorman, the desk officer, pressed a button that rang a bell in the back room, and the 47 men who would patrol the streets of the 21st for the next 8 hours marched out in a military manner and formed ranks in front of the desk. As I walked out of my office, I crossed the muster room and went behind the desk where the roll call for entry in the blotter was being made by Lieutenant Gorman.
Turner? Here. Underwood?
Here.
Weber?
Yes.
Weeks?
Present.
Wolf?
Yeah.
Ziegler?
Present.
Want to take over, Captain?
Yeah. All right, men. A few things. We have instructions to assist the borough president's office in a survey of certain street conditions. Each of you will take note of any street opening now in progress on your post. You will talk to the foreman in charge of the job and ascertain what public utility or city department has opened the street, for what purpose, and the approximate date and time the repairs will be completed. All this information will be entered in your memorandum books, and at the end of the tour will be transferred to a UF-20A and turned in to the desk officer. The streets and sidewalks are icy and dangerous today. In cases that so require, you will call the attention of householders and storekeepers to their legal obligations to remove ice from the sidewalks. That's all. Sergeant, post the platoon.
Platoon, stand, hut. Right, face. Forward, hut.
I'll be in my office, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, take the call.
Yes, sir. 21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns.
Would you excuse me, please?
You'll have to take
Yeah?
the business over here at the desk, mister.
Well, what kind of a wreck? Automobile?
Well, I'd just like to talk to the captain a minute.
What is it you want?
Was anyone hurt?
Oh, that's all right, Lieutenant. I'll talk to him. I know him.
Well, how bad? You need an ambulance?
Hello, Ralph. What can I do for you?
Captain, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. When did you get out of the service?
Oh, 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah?
I'm in business again over at 690 East 70th. I opened a little radio and TV repair shop.
What hospital?
Oh, yes. I think I passed the place. I didn't know it was yours.
The officers over there right away.
What is it you have on your mind?
Well, I got a kid brother, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He's 16. He'll be 17. I'm a little worried about him.
Yeah, you just wait there.
Oh, well, come on in my office.
Officers will be right there.
He's a good kid, I guess. But he gets himself into some awful jams.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
All right, Ralph, have a seat.
Yeah, thanks.
What kind of jams?
Well, it might be the other kids he runs with in the neighborhood. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Does he live in the precinct?
Oh, yeah. In the same block as the store. My mother. I used to live there, too, before I got married. My folks lived there for years. That's how I come to open the store on the block.
Well, what's this trouble he's had?
They had him down here last night.
Yeah, who?
The detectives, he said. They came around to the candy store. He hangs out with the other kids, and they picked him up. They brought him in here and talked to him a while. And then they let him go home.
What'd they talk to him about?
Stealing. I don't think he'd done anything like that, though. What does he need it for? He doesn't need to steal.
Well, what specifically did they talk to him about?
About some flats in the neighborhood that have been broken into. And a store. Flores over on 2nd Avenue. One of the kids ran over and told my mother he'd been arrested. She got all excited and called me on the telephone at home. By the time I got here, they let him go.
Maybe they decided he had nothing to do with it.
Maybe. But what I would like, Captain, would be for you to talk to him.
All right.
You know what I mean. I can't do it. He don't have much respect for what I say. And we got no father. He always said he wanted to be a cop. He still says it. I figure if you could talk to him, maybe that'll straighten him out. He'll realize what the score is.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said that you thought he didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know what to think. My wife, Stella, can't stand him. She thinks he's sneaky. My mother thinks he's an angel. The kid, when you talk to him, father wouldn't melt in his mouth. I don't know what to think. Would you talk to him, Captain?
Oh, that's a job for our youth patrolman.
Well, the kid needs somebody to make an impression on him, Captain. A real impression. Couldn't you just spend a couple of minutes with him as a personal favor to me?
All right, if you want.
I'll bring him in here this afternoon, if that's okay. After school.
No, I don't think it'd be a good idea to talk here. He might be a little uneasy.
Yeah, he might at that after last night.
What time does he get home from school?
About 4, a little after.
Well, could you have him in your shop at 4:30? I'll come by and see him there.
Yeah, sure, that'd be fine. I'll have him there. 4:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Thanks, Captain. Thanks a lot.
That's all right.
Bye.
Bye, Ralph.
21st Precinct,
Precinct, Sergeant Burns.
Sergeant, ring the detectives for me.
Yes, sir.
21st Squad, Detective Cassidy.
This Captain Kennelly. Is Lieutenant King around?
No, sir. The lieutenant's swinging today.
Oh, yes. Look, somebody was talking to a boy up there last night about some burglaries. Paul Hance. Can you find out for me who was handling those squeals?
Yes, sir. It was me, Captain. What did you want to know?
Well, what about it? Was he right for them?
About breaking into the flats, I don't know for sure, Captain. That kid was inside the florist shop for sure.
Oh, why'd you turn him out?
He denies the whole thing, and I had nothing to hold him on. Just the information from another kid that Paul showed him $20 and told him it came out of the shop. Paul says the other kid is a liar. He never had $20. Well, he still had 11 in his pocket.
Oh?
I asked him where he got it. He said he wanted playing cards in a club room. The boy just sat here and lied to me for 2 hours. And polite. You never met anyone so polite. He's the politest liar I ever saw.
What are you doing about him, Cassidy?
Well, I'm going to keep my eye on him and talk to him after every break-in.
His brother wants me to talk to him. See if I can straighten him out.
Does he?
Yep. I'm going to see him this afternoon.
Well, I wish you luck, Captain. That boy's a walking corkscrew.
At 4:15, sector car number 3 came by the house and drove me to 690 East 70th Street, an old law tenement building. The first floor had been converted to commercial purposes. The front rooms on one side were occupied by a beauty parlor. Those on the other by Ralph Hant's radio repair shop. I walked up the stoop and into the hall. Through the glass door, I could see a young woman sitting at the counter, thumbing through the pages of a magazine. Hello.
Oh, hello. You're that captain.
Captain Kennelly, yes.
Ralph's in the back. I'm his wife. Ralph! Let me turn this thing off. Ralph, that captain's here.
All right.
He's back there working on a rush job. The customer wants it back in time for the fight tonight. You're going to talk to the kid, huh? Paul.
That's right.
You're wasting your time. Ralph!
All right.
He'll smile at you and say, yes, sir, no, sir, and he'll go right out and do what he pleases. Boy, look at that casserole. The magazine gives you a recipe and a picture in color and tells you how to make it in every detail. You think it ever turns out like the picture? Never. Ralph!
1 second.
You know, that kid's been lying and stealing since he was able to walk. He's just rotten, through and through. But don't quote me. Ralph's mother will jump down my throat. She thinks he's an angel.
Excuse me, Captain.
That's all right.
I was soldering a new condenser in the radio. I couldn't let it go. Sorry.
Well, where's Paul?
He'll be here.
Well, the captain's a busy man. Paul should be here waiting for the captain instead of the captain waiting for Paul.
Oh, it's just 4:30.
It's a waste of time and effort with that kid.
How do you know it's a waste of time and effort?
He's no good.
Now, you got no right to say that, Stella. Just because some kid in the neighborhood is mad at Paul and lied to the police about him, you got no right. The detectives let him go, didn't they?
Just because they couldn't prove it. I don't have to prove it. I know. So do you.
I don't know.
Sure. You're still a little boy. You listen to everything Mama tells you. If Mama told you to go jump in the river, you jump.
All right, Stella.
Mama tells you Paul's an angel, so he's an angel.
All right.
Well, it's true.
I'm sorry, Captain.
That's all right, but instead of arguing over what the truth is, I think we'd all do better for him if we pay a little more attention to the future. The boy needs help. Whether he's guilty or not, he's been suspected, been questioned by detectives. That might have some detrimental effect in itself. The job is to see that he's headed in the right direction and stays headed that way.
That's what I meant, Captain. That's why I wanted you to talk to him. Exactly.
Oh, sure.
Paul?
No, it's not Paul. Me.
Well, where's Paul, Ma?
I didn't tell him to come. He's home.
But the captain made a special trip to talk to him. This is Captain Kennelly, Ma.
Miss Hans?
How do you do? There's nothing to talk about, so I didn't tell him. Why should he talk to the captain if there's nothing to talk about?
Something to talk about, all right.
Stella, I'm ashamed of you. Ashamed. Your own brother-in-law. You know that Paul is a good boy, a very good boy. He goes to school. Every day he goes to school and to church on Sunday. He's a good boy. Why, he would never do anything like that.
Go ahead, convince yourself.
I don't need to convince myself. I know my own sons. I know them better than anybody.
Well, there wouldn't be any harm in speaking to him, Mrs. Hans.
There's been plenty of harm already. To take a nice boy like that to the police station, to ask him all kinds of questions, to make a criminal out of him.
No one can make a criminal out of him, Mrs. Hans. He's got to do that himself.
A good boy like that. You know what it is, don't you? It's the neighborhood. No matter how good a boy he is, if he grows up in this neighborhood, he hasn't got a chance. You don't give him a chance.
I wouldn't say that, Mrs. Hance. Look at Ralph. He grew up in exactly the same place. He seems to have turned out okay.
Very little is written or said about one of the most important members of our armed forces. But he's accustomed to doing his work without fanfare or publicity. That's because he has a very personal relationship with the men around him. He's their chaplain. He hears their problems and gives them advice. He joins a couple in marriage, christens their children, gives them religious counsel. His job doesn't begin with reveille and end at taps. It's a 24-hour job when he's needed by the sick or wounded or imprisoned. No matter what his faith may have been before he joined the chaplain's corps, he's prepared to help men of any faith in their religious activities. To him come the most personal thoughts of the men he serves, for religion is always a personal thing. The problems are many times more complex than he would find in a civilian community, but he finds his reward in seeing those problems solved. The emergency furlough he's been able to arrange for a man with illness in the family. The private talk that helped a new recruit with a touch of homesickness. The words of encouragement and advice to a man in trouble. These are important to the people he serves. They are the things that make the chaplain an important part of life in the armed forces. Now back to 21st Precinct and Captain Frank Kennelly.
After a few more minutes of discussion, Mrs. Hance was finally convinced by her older son, Ralph, that no harm could possibly come from my speaking to Paul, and that the conversation might do a lot of good. We left Ralph and his wife in the shop, and Miss Hance reluctantly led the way out of the store to a building down the block, the house in which she resided. We walked up 3 floors to the flat she occupied with Paul.
Someday, if my sons ever become successful enough, maybe I'll live in a house with an elevator. Someday.
Well, I hope so.
A nice kitchen with a brand new icebox. He's in the kitchen with his homework. You'll see. He's doing his homework. He don't wait until the last minute late at night to do it. As soon as he comes from school. Well, that's a good boy, isn't it, if he's prompt with his homework?
Well, it's a good sign. You'll, let me talk to him alone, Miss Hance. I think that would be best.
Oh, yes, sure. I got some ironing in the bedroom to do.
Fine.
I got my keys someplace. Yeah, here it is. Paul?
Yeah, Ma.
You see? Homework. Come in, Captain.
Thank you.
Did you take an apple, Paul? There's some apples under the sink there.
No, I wasn't hungry, Ma. Hello.
Paul?
Paul, this is Captain Kennelly from the police station.
How do you do?
How are you, Paul?
Your brother was over there and talked to the captain today. You know, about what happened last night.
Uh-huh.
They decided it would be nice if Captain Kennelly came and talked to you.
About what?
Oh, just about you, Paul. In general.
Oh, sure. If you want. There's some coffee on the stove, Ma. Maybe Captain Kennedy would like a cup.
No, thanks. Not now. It's, Kennelly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. A lot of people make mistakes.
Are you sure no coffee, Captain? It was just fresh this afternoon.
No, thank you.
Well, I got to do some ironing in the bedroom.
All right, Ma.
You can talk, huh? Oh, Paul.
Yes, Ma?
If the captain changes his mind about the coffee, you'll pour him a cup, all right?
Sure.
There's milk in the icebox.
Oh, sit down, Paul.
Yes, sir.
What's that you're doing?
Solid geometry.
You good at it?
Yes, sir. Pretty good.
How about the rest of your subjects?
Pretty good.
Are your grades good enough so you can go on to college?
I'd like to. But I don't know. Ralph has got a lot of responsibilities now. I really should go to work after I finish high school and help out a little bit.
Ralph told me you said you wanted to be a cop.
Yes, sir. I thought about it.
It takes a long time to get in the job and a lot up here.
I know.
Also, you've got to have a clean record.
Yes, sir.
That's the first thing. Without that, nothing else does you any good.
What happened last night won't show up against me, will it? They just took me down to the police station and talked to me. I didn't know anything about breaking into any stores or anything like that.
No, that won't count against you. There've got to be convictions.
Oh. Would you like an apple, Captain?
No, thank you, Paul.
I think I'm ready for one myself now.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, tell Ross you ought to keep him in the icebox.
She's been keeping them under the sink for years. I guess it's hard to change habits.
It is, yes.
You sure, Captain? No apple?
Positive.
Still no coffee either, huh?
No.
It'll only take a second.
No, I don't care for any, thanks.
Okay. Really good.
As a matter of fact, a conviction wouldn't only hurt you as far as getting on the cops is concerned. It'd make it kind of rough for you all around.
Yes, sir, I know.
Of course, there's case after case of boys getting in trouble and straightening themselves out afterwards.
And a lot of them never get straightened out, huh?
That's right. Never. One jam after another, all their lives.
I really didn't break in any place like that detective said.
Well, that's not why I'm here, Paul. Right now, it doesn't make much difference whether you did or not. We can't help what's happened.
I guess we can't.
But what happens in the future is entirely a different story.
Yes, sir.
You know, a kid breaks in someplace or mugs somebody for the thrill of it or to get a little money out of it, he's a loser. It just doesn't pay. Believe me. I've been in this job a long time. I've seen more kids than I could count, sitting just like you're sitting right now. Nothing's free, Paul. You got to pay for everything. And the hardest way to pay for it is with years out of your life. You can't earn them back. They're gone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I know what you're thinking right now. This guy's giving me a lecture.
No, sir, I'm not thinking that.
Well, I am. I hate to give lectures, and I hate to receive them. But this is one instance where it's called for.
I didn't break into any place, my word of honor.
I told you that was beside the point.
Yes, sir.
The point is, what's going to happen from now on?
You got my word, Captain.
Your word for what?
That I'm never going to get mixed up in anything like that.
Good.
You don't have to tell me it doesn't pay. I know it.
I'm glad you do, Paul.
It's a sucker deal. I want to make something of myself. I want to get on the cops or something like that. I want to get married like everybody else, like Ralph, and have a family. You can't do that messing around with that other.
Okay, Paul. I think you understand what I was driving at.
Yes, sir, I do. And I really appreciate you coming over to talk to me like this. I know you didn't have to. When my brother asked you could have said nuts. What do I care for the kid? Yeah, you could have said it. Well, I want to tell you something. If more cops would come around the kids' houses and sit in the kitchen like this and talk, there'd be a lot less trouble you'd have with, juvenile delinquency.
I thoroughly agree with you, Paul. That's why I'm here.
The only thing is, I don't go for getting picked up in a candy store by a detective and taken into the station house like I was last night. Being sat down in a chair and tossed a lot of questions. And then not being believed when I tell the truth.
You weren't mistreated in any way, were you?
No. Unless you want to call being arrested in front of all your friends being mistreated. Maybe it is. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I was getting mad up there last night. What's the use, I thought? Why go through this for nothing? If you're going to get the business like this, it might as well be for something. Okay, if they think you break into flats and stores and they won't believe anything else, go ahead. Break into flats and stores. That's what I was thinking.
But you're not thinking that way anymore.
Oh, no, sir. Thanks to you.
Good. But don't blame the detectives. They've got their job to do.
I guess they have. How about that cup of coffee now, Captain?
All right, I think I will, Paul.
Good. You take milk in it?
No, just black.
It's good and hot.
Well, that's the way I like it. Whoa, that's enough.
Sugar, Captain?
Please.
There's none in the bowl. I'll ask my ma.
Oh, that's all right.
Ma,
Yes, Paul.
where's the sugar?
I'll come in and get it.
Okay.
You didn't have to bother your mother. I like it this way, too.
She doesn't mind, I'm sure.
There's no sugar in the bowl?
No, Ma, it's empty.
Oh, there's a 5-pound bag in the closet, Paul.
Over here? In this closet?
That's right. You see it?
Yeah, I see it, Ma, yeah.
He's a good boy, Captain. I've got a good boy.
I think he'll turn out that way, Miss Hance. A good boy. It was 5:15 when I returned to the station house. I signed the blotter and went into my office to read and sign reports and communications that had accumulated during the tour. At 6 o'clock, I changed from my uniform to civilian clothes and walked out into the muster room.
Oh, Captain. Did you get to talk to the Hance kid?
Yes, I spent about a half an hour with him at his house.
What do you think?
I think he might turn out all right.
For you, Captain?
Yeah. He's an intelligent kid. Told me he wants to do the right thing. Seems to know the direction he's headed in.
Yes, sir, that's the trouble. He knows, but we don't.
I left Cassidy and went over behind the desk and signed the blotter to go off the job. It had started to snow as I walked to the subway. By the time I got off the train near my home in Queens, the streets were already covered. It continued to snow all night, and by morning, 6 inches of it was on the ground. I was due back on the job at 4 p.m. the next afternoon, but because of the weather, I started out a little early. I got into the station house at 3:25 and walked toward the desk to sign the blotter.
Hello, Captain.
Oh, Sergeant, what's doing?
Oh, it was a quiet tour.
Good.
Except for the weather.
I'll sign the blotter.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Ed.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns.
Hello, is Captain Kennelly there?
Oh, he's busy right now. Who's this calling, please?
This is Ralph Hance.
Ralph who?
Hance. H-A-N-T-S? He knows me. I was there yesterday. He was to my shop. It's very important.
I'll be in my office, Sergeant.
Hold on a second, please. Captain?
Yeah.
Mr. Ralph Hance on the phone for you. He says he knows you.
Oh, yes. I'll take it on the extension here.
Yes, sir. Hold on, Mr. Hance. Captain Kennelly will talk to you. All right, go ahead, Captain.
21st Precinct, Captain Kennelly.
Ralph Hance, Captain. I'm glad I caught you in.
Oh, what's the trouble, Ralph?
Don't you know? I thought maybe you could give me some help.
Well, I just now came in. What's the trouble?
Well, I was out on a service call. My wife says my mother came in the shop all excited. A detective was at the house and went through Paul's things. The detective told her another detective went to the school to get him.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I'm calling. My wife said my mother ran out and went to the police station. I don't know what happened. I thought everything was all right.
So did I.
Can I find out something?
As soon as I do, Ralph. You call me back or come over here.
Did you see my mother there?
No, I told you I just got in. You call me back, Ralph.
Yeah, all right, Captain.
In about a half an hour. Bye. Is Cassidy upstairs, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. I saw him go up about 20, 25 minutes ago. He had a kid with him.
Oh? 16, 17 years old? Good-looking kid, blonde?
Yes, sir. Shall I ring upstairs for Cassidy?
No, I'll go up myself.
Yes, sir.
I'm going upstairs to the detective's, Red.
Yes, sir.
Captain.
Huh?
They took Paul again. They got him up there, up in the detectives.
All right, Miss Hance.
You said it was all right. You said it was a good boy.
I'm going up to find out about it now.
Please, Captain, tell them he's a good boy. He is. He did nothing.
Now, look, Miss Hance, there's nothing you can do here now. You better go on home.
Yes, that's what the detectives told me, but there must be something. There must.
You better go on home. I spoke to Ralph, and he's going to call me back.
Oh, my poor boy.
When he does, I'll tell him everything I can find out. Now, you better go on home.
You tell Ralph. You tell him.
I will, yes.
Hello, Captain.
Hi, Novak. Cassidy,
Hello, Captain.
you got Paul Hance in here, huh?
Yes, sir. He's sitting in the lieutenant's office.
Lieutenant King with him?
No, sir. I'm waiting for him to get back to talk to him.
What's the trouble?
There was a candy store broken into on 2nd Avenue last night. They took about $40 in cash, 2 boxes of cigars, and lifted a postage stamp machine off the counter.
Yeah?
We got some information out of it this afternoon and picked up one boy. He admitted being in on the deal. He said Paul Hance was with him. We went over to Paul's house this afternoon and found the stamp machine under his bed. I sent down and got him out of school.
Uh-huh.
In addition to this, he now admits burglarizing the florist and 3 flats in the neighborhood.
I want to talk to him.
Yes, sir. Help yourself, Captain.
Well, Paul, looks like we wasted a lot of time yesterday, huh?
Yes, sir, I guess we did.
You're in it up to here now, Paul. I don't know what the cure is, do you?
Look, I know I've been greasing you along, you and my mother and my brother.
And even me.
But I made a mistake, that's all. I made a mistake, and I'm sorry.
So did I, Paul. I made a mistake, too.
'21st Precinct, Sergeant Burns. Who's shot? Well, where is this? Wait just a minute. Don't talk so fast. That's 3422, is that right? Yeah? In a restaurant. Well, who shot him? Oh? Yeah. Well, who are you? All right, now, just take it easy. Calm down now. Talk slow. All right.
And so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly. Featured in tonight's cast were Eileen Palmer, Bryna Rayburn, Wendell Holmes, Joe DeSantis, Santos Ortega, and Martin Newman. Written and directed by Stanley Niss. Produced by John Ives. Art Hannes speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.